After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hook and Needles podcast, episode
no one
321.
No one heard you say hello.
Yes, it did.
No, you said it before it beeped.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 321. This is Monday, August 27th, 2018. As we are recording, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning here. I want to welcome all new and returning viewers for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We thank you for joining us, okay? If you are new, we're glad that you found us, and we hope that you'll find something that will keep you coming back. And if you're returning, we're glad you're with us once again. That makes us happy. Thank you very much. If you are in the shadows, either new or returning, please feel free to join us officially in the Ravelry group, Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast group on Ravelry. That's where all the alongs and the prizes and giveaways and things like that take place. And if you are watching us on YouTube, like many of you do, please feel free to join the group there, the channel there, and just subscribe, that little button on your right, and press the little bell so that you get notifications. We do have a couple of new viewers. We have Pen and Hook Friends. We want to welcome her.
Welcome.
She did give me her name in a private message, but I don't want to give it out because she didn't say I could. It wasn't on her profile.
Maybe.
So, and then we have Toll Baby, who is Lynn, and I think Lynn might have been a member of the group before. So welcome back, Lynn, if you are a member of the group, or it may have been that I was in a different group with her somewhere, and that's entirely possible. But we're glad to have you with us. And she does have a podcast. I forget what it was called, but she's about 11 episodes in. And if you go to her group, well, if you check her name, it should have all the information. You should be able to find her podcast if you're looking for something to watch. Now, going back to Pen and Hook Friends, which I think is funny. The name is so close to our group. She left a message. She started a thread, and she also sent me a private message, and I told her I would let you all know about it. This is what the message said. Do you enjoy crafting? Do you enjoy pen paling? Join at Pen Hook Friends on Facebook to be assigned a pen pal. Get crafty with us. And you go to Facebook. It is Pen Hook Friends. And I do have a link that we will put in the thread. Hopefully we'll remember to put up the show notes this time. So that you will be able to
That
go...
was a little jab.
No, it wasn't a jab.
Jab.
No.
Jab.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that up. And then, so that way if you want to have a pen pal, either local or international, she says, then come along and join our group, open to any and all crafts. The more the merrier. Opportunities to join in with swap boxes, events, and overall make some new friends. For more information, please don't hesitate to drop her a message. She's looking forward to hearing from you. That's the Pen Hook Friends on Facebook, and that is Pen and Hook Friends is the person that you would get a hold of if you want to contact her on Ravelry. Okay, so it'll be in the thread. And if we don't have it in the thread, and you're interested and you can't remember the stuff, just contact me and I'll let you know about it. Okay. What's in your mug? Is it my turn to go first?
It's your turn to go first.
My turn to go first. Because we're doing these earlier morning ones right now, I'm pretty much doing chai tea because I don't like to mix my tea in the morning. So in my Team Al mug, I have my chai tea, my vanilla chai tea. Cause
You switched mugs?
Boy, you're not very observant. I even showed you. I said I could do the tortoise versus hare, but I really want the owl one this time. And since we have another month, I'm going to do something different.
You said that?
Well, more or less.
We had this conversation?
It was a similar conversation, not word for word.
I really didn't listen to you.
You never do.
I do not recall.
This is not a surprise.
I think you're gaslighting me.
I don't do gaslighting. I don't have to. You do that quite well on your own without help.
So I had in my dysautonomia awareness mug.
It looks purple. I wonder if it's going to taste like my Germany tea.
Well, every tea that's colored anything purpley usually tastes like Germany tea, so I'm sure it will. This
should
is
not fib.
It's pretty close to true. Blue Sky Blend Herbal Tea by Plum Deluxe. Sip and imagine how broad your horizons are. It's decaf black tea, green Rubio's tea.
Green Rubio's?
Yes. Blueberries, lavender, orange peel, mango pieces, apricot pieces, raspberry leaves, calendula, blueberry and lemon essences. Love and gratitude.
I was wondering if you'd get the love and gratitude with all that stuff. Love his tea.
Indeed.
I'm going to have another cup of that later on today, I think.
You can taste the blueberry.
Looks like blueberry. I bet I could dye yarn in here and be purple.
Not with my tea, you won't.
It smells like the Germany tea.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you'll think it tastes like the Germany tea, too. But I think it's more blueberry than that.
It is. Boy, you can really taste the blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it has kind of what do you call it?
Tang?
Overlay of the Germany tea, but that's got a lot more blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
It is.
It's almost a breakfast tea or a dessert tea. Okay.
Not that much of a difference between a breakfast tea and a dessert tea in your mind.
Depends. Depends. If I'm eating buttermilk pancakes without any syrup, that would be perfect. Okay.
You wouldn't dip your pancakes in it.
No, you oboe head.
That'd be weird.
You are such an oboe
They
head.
like fall apart.
You're such an oboe head.
Heads aren't oboe-y.
Just yours.
They don't come in that shape.
All right.
Well, Doctor Strange is kind of...
I'm sure he'll be so happy to know that you think he has an oboe head. Okay. Moving along. In other groups, the Harry Potter Cal is Victorian Studio podcast, and that's going on for the whole year. That's Maureen, and it's anything Harry Potter related. The rules are in her group. I don't think she's podcasted in a while, but you can check out to see her. Podcasts are a lot of fun because she's very talented. And that's a year long. The Family Movie Night Cal is Crocheting Hoovian, and her podcast Crocheting Hoovian, and that's similar to our Tea and Tales. You have to make the project relate to a movie, or I think she said a movie, TV show, song, something like that. Check the rules out in her group. I'm not absolutely sure what they are, but it's like ours, and it runs for the same amount of time. I think it runs from July through September. And then, no, I'm sorry. That's the year long, like our Tea and Tales. It's a year long.
Okay.
Okay. And the Year of Socks Cal is also in her group, and that also runs for a year, and that's any socks. Big socks, little socks, socks with heels, socks without heels. As long as they're socks. Okay?
Do they have to be person socks?
I think they have to be people socks, but I think they can be baby socks. I'm not sure for baby socks if you have to have more than one pair.
Mm-hmm.
You have to check her group or ask her. Right now, I don't know if she's back from her vacation yet or not, but she'll answer you if you ask her. Okay, the Shorty Socks Cal is Undead Yarn. That's Heidi, Knitty Girl, and that's also a year long. And even though we're still calling it the Shorty Socks Cal, I know I've seen regular socks. So, put your socks in there. These are all wonderful groups to be part of. Wonderful podcasts when they are podcasting. So it's really good. The 18 hats in 2018 Cal is Brittany, and that's B-Wing, our own B-Wing, and her group is Comfort and Crafts. And that's all about the hats. If you don't know what to do with the hats, send them to her. You can send them to us if they're baby hats, but if they're hats of all other sizes and you don't know what to do with them, you don't have a charity nearby, I'm sure that she will make good use of them. She does a lot of charity work. It's a wonderful group to be a part
And
of.
she's doing dishcloths now.
She is doing some dishcloths, but that's on her Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's doing that in a group as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon Along Cal is Vonnie, and that's Sue Yvonne Design, our Vonnie. The group is Bee's Knees, okay? And that's June through August it's the end of August, even though I have the first here, it's the end of August. And the rules are in the group. It's all about making things that have to do with dragons. And my dragon is languishing because I can't be working that right now, which makes me sad because it's a cute little dragon. So check that out. That's a lot of fun.
He's sulking.
Yeah, well, as long as he doesn't breathe fire while he's sulking.
Sucking?
Sucking, yes. That too. I mean, you can breathe in fire too, but
It would burn his esophagus.
not him, his dragon. If he can breathe fire out, I'm sure he can breathe fire in. The 2018 tracking stash is in the Never Cast Off podcast. That's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. The Never Cast Off podcast. They're a lot of fun as well. Their podcasts are a little erratic at the moment, but they're well worth watching. Debbie does some breed study things, and when they podcast together, they're hysterical. I enjoy them immensely. Debbie also has a new pattern out. I'm sorry, Debbie, I forgot the name of it. It's really pretty. It's got...
Was it the stained glass one, or is that the...
No,
the
that
one
was the
after
last
that
one. She's been very prolific lately with her patterns. Just check her project page. You'll see the newest one. It's really pretty. It's a shawl. Okay. Then the Summer of Knits and the Summer Sock Along. That's two different alongs in the same group.
Those summer knits, not the summer of knits.
What?
Those summer knits, not the summer of knits.
Oh, okay. Those summer knits and summer sock alongs. Those are both in the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast. Yarn Cafe Creations, Christy, and Dragon Horde Yarn, who's Tristan. And they podcast regularly. They're a lot of fun to watch as well. So,
although I know when they were doing a lot of shows, they were a little less regular.
Right, but that's finished now for the most part. So they're a lot of fun, and they have those two alongs. The one is the socks, of course. The other one is things that you can wear in the summer. If you can make a case for it being worn in the summer, they'll accept it. There are prizes in there, and they're just fun. They're a lot of fun. I'm kind of behind on them right now because I haven't been watching a lot of podcasts, but they're fun to watch. And the rules are in their group. Okay, moving along to Tortoise versus Hare, which is, we're involved with this, but it's not our baby. It's Laura Concerts. So we've been doing this for 3 years. We were asked to co-host again by Laura. We are really excited to be doing that. And B-Wing is also co-hosting again. I think this is her second year. And as I said, B-Wing is Comforting Crafts, and Laura is Crocheting Hoovian. And this Kal-El runs from the 1st of July through September 30th. Whips and FOs, this is the rules for our groups. Their group may have slightly different. Whips and FOs will both be eligible to be drawn for prizes. Chatter will not, but everything's in the same thread, okay? You have to join the Ravelry group in which you wish to participate, and then you post your pictures there, okay? Projects may be knitted, loom knitted, or crocheted. As I said, one whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished. So even if you've posted a whip, as I've said multiple weeks before, if you posted a whip during the week picture and then you finish it, you can still post that FO, even if it's the next day. Okay, that's fine. Please tag your projects for our group, PHN TORVSHAR 2018 on Ravelry, and hashtag PHN TORVSHAR 2018 on Instagram. Okay, you may not have the projects finished prior to July 1st. But they don't have to be finished by September 30th either. They can be just worked on. Okay, they have to be worked on, all right? If you use my yarn, Lady Fiona Co-Creations yarn, the completed object will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Any Franciscan Gypsy's design completed object that fits the perimeters of the along. In other words, tortoises or hares. Taya's got...
Parameters, not perimeters?
Parameters. Taya's got 3 turtle patterns and 2 bunnies, I think it is.
It is.
So those are all featured patterns. You know, Valeria the bunny, Oops the bunny, Timmy the timid turtle, Biddy the bashful baby turtle, and Valeria the Dutch bunny. Those are all...
She's a turtle now?
Valeria the Dutch bunny. You oboe head?
But you always said Valeria and Oops, and then you said Valeria again.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever.
You missed Tara.
Tara, the sea turtle.
Yeah.
Sea
you
turtle.
called her Valeria.
Well, I'm so proud of myself. I got them all. All right, Tara the sea turtle. We have all those that are eligible for double prizes by themselves because they're Franciscan Gypsy Designs, and if you do it in My Yarn, then you get triple chance at a prize for the FO. You just have to make sure that you post the multiple postings yourself. All right, we have a couple of prizes for this. We have an Interweave Crochet 2009 collection CD of patterns. What it is the magazine. It's on a disc, and it's the whole year, so it's 4 magazines on that disc. And then this Happy Fuzzy yarn in the macaw colorway. That's one of the skeins in the macaw
That sounds
colorway.
like a descriptor.
What?
The Happy Fuzzy yarn. We've got some Happy Fuzzy yarn.
Yeah. Okay, so now moving on to our own alongs. The PHN Tea and Tails Year-Long Cal 2018. Okay, it's going, I can't believe we're almost through the year. I mean, we have 4 months left, 3.5 months left, and this is the first time we've done a year Cal, and it just seemed to sped really quickly. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Yes.
You have a lot of activity in there. I do get in there and answer in blocks. You're making me dizzy. Stop it.
I have like a crick right in my neck, like along there.
So we okay, anything related to tea and or tails will be eligible. Anything knit,
I'll let you spare your hands there.
knit, crochet, loom knit projects having to do with tea and or tails. We 1 whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's finished, you know, the same as always. They must be worked on during the year, which is, you know, not a problem unless you stick it in a closet somewhere. But it could have been started at any time. Doesn't have to be finished as long as it's worked on during the whole year. Chatter and pictures will be in the same thread. Let's see. The tea part of the along, you know, tea and or tails. The tea is pretty obvious. The tails is novels, chapter books, novelizations, graphic novels, children's books, things like that. Not poetry, not songs or anything like that. Has to be not plays unless they've been novelized. Okay? Those are all eligible if you can tie it in. Okay? Okay, so I mentioned I'm kind of all over the book here because I got all over the board here because I got distracted by Taya's crick in her neck. But did I say that? Yeah, I said that anything in My Yarn, anything that of yours that can be related to. Let me go through the featured yarns and patterns. Okay, Franciscan Gypsy Designs FOs that can be related to tea and or tails. My Yarn, if you use it in a project that can be related to tea and or tails, or if it's named after tea and or tails, and that includes graphic novels, which means you got turtles, you've got superheroes, all kinds of stuff. Okay, that'll be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Featured patterns by Joanna Johnson. Those are knit patterns that have to do with tea and or tails, and she has a lot that are tail related. Featured patterns by Mom Cook. These are loom knit, and she has both tea and tails. So as far as I can tell, so those are featured patterns. Featured patterns by Crocheting Hoovian, especially her Hufflepuff, but also her other 2 if you can make it relate to tea and tails by how you name it or the yarn you use or something like that. All eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object. If you use My Yarn with any of those featured patterns for the FO, just like all the time, you have 3 chances at a prize. Now, the 3rd quarter prizes are, we have 2 of them. They were both donated by Stephanie, who is Cookie45. Thank you, Stephanie, for your generous donation. It is a skein of my DK weight yarn in the Mystic color, and that's for one winner. And the other one is a Franciscan Gypsy Designs mug. Okay, so those are pretty cool prizes. And I'm not going to go over the 4th quarter or the end of year because I did that last week. Cardiac dysautonomia awareness. This has basically the same rules. Okay, this used to be our cardiac awareness, cardiac read along. Now it's cardiac dysautonomia awareness. It's our 5th year doing this along, but we just added the dysautonomia to it. The rules are the same as always, minus the featured patterns, which always change up. The featured patterns are Talia's, and the yarn is mine. And the colors, the changes in the colors. If you want to be eligible for prizes, your whips and FOs have to have a significant amount of blues, turquoises, teals, reds, or pinks. You can have all of them if you want, it can have just a few, but it has to be significant, at least one of those colors in that range. Shades of those. Shades of reds, shades of pinks, shades of blues, turquoises, teals, okay? And as I said, teal and turquoise and aqua, those colors are kind of dicey. If they're more green and we can't really tell that it's a teal or turquoise or an aqua, you might want to put the ball band so we can see that it says teal on it. But, and I know that cameras
lie.
They can be a little difficult and challenging to see the true color. So we'll accept it if you say it is a teal or an aqua or a turquoise. That's fine. We trust your honesty, okay?
Now, if it's like clearly black,
right? If it's clearly black, or if it's this color and you're trying to say it's a, I'm sorry, if you say this or this is a teal, we're not going to accept this. This is not teal. Okay, this is, you know, olive green or whatever you want to call that, but it's not teal. Okay, so, all right. And that's about all I have to say about this. Oh, except for the along the hashtags PHNCDA for Ravelry and hashtag PHNCDA 2018 on Instagram. And both of them have to have the years in case I didn't say the year for the last one. Let's see here. The prizes. We have we've had some wonderful donations for this too. Rena Gale, who is Rena, donated an $8 or less pattern from Ravelry, a downloadable Ravelry pattern. Thank you, Rena. Mm-hmm. We have the other skein of Happy Fuzzy yarn in the macaw colorway, and we have that skein that I cannot pronounce for the life of me. Gitz Farfpot 420 meters, red, white, and blue in the Sodnodal colorway, and it's 75-25. I think the 25 is polyamide. Okay, so Ty, do you have anything to say?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
All right. Well, go move along then. Do I have more or do you?
You do.
I do? Okay.
That's why you went first. So I have 7.
I think I had 8. Okay. Let me move along here. Okay. In my Kikiboo Owls, Holiday Owls bag is my Seafoam Preemie Baby hat. And I made a little progress on this in various places when I was like in waiting rooms and stuff. I think I'm gonna have to ball this yarn up because it's starting to get messy. I like this color. This is teal, and it's just a pretty color. I think the next one I can make another one. I think I'll call it tealk.
Wow.
Well, it works. So that's how far I am with this. It's a worsted weight yarn. It's the Yarn Bee yarn in the teal colorway.
I had the momentary mental image of teal being just like this bright teal color all over.
So this is this, and this one hopefully will be finished next week. Hopefully. I don't think we have a whole lot going on next week, do we?
Not that I'm aware of. No, because I think we have another week before I have my,
yeah.
It's not till 11th that I have my next appointment.
And we'll be able to podcast before that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I forgot to bring Jimena down. Oh, well.
All right. So in my...
You didn't have anything to talk about dysautonomia awareness?
No.
Falling down on the job.
No. Don't want to. Don't have to. Stop.
Spoiled bunny stomp.
So, in my Silver Shed USA Avengers.
I was going to say Tony Stark because look at Iron Man.
Avengers bag is, well, the as yet to be named Sparkle the Unipony pattern, which is Mom's red horsey.
Pony.
Horsey.
Pony.
Horsey.
It's a pony.
It's horsey.
It's a little pony.
Using Knit Picks Brava Sport in the colorways red and white. And then there's some random gray color for the eyes. It was also Knit Picks, but
I think my Aunt Angelina no, it's not my Aunt Angelina. Who was it who did it?
I don't know.
I think she might have even used buttons for the eyes at one time. Or something. I don't remember what she made the eyes out of. She might have embroidered them. I can't remember. I just remember the pony.
Well, the ears are at the bottom of the bag because that's where ears belong. There is.
Got it?
So, well, we're just going to show it like this. So you got muzzle, you got ears,
This is the
and that's, oh, I'm headed into the neck.
so that's the up and down, the vertical
Yeah.
part of the body. Oh, he's making good progress.
So, because she whined about her horsey.
It's not a horsey, it's a pony.
She whined about her horsey.
Pony, and I don't whine.
You were like, oh my horsey.
Are you gonna do the hand motions again?
Oh my horsey.
Okay,
So,
that's very nice.
it's Mom's horsey.
Okay, this one you haven't seen in a while, but I just realized that I could potentially finish this by Shenandoah if my hands will cooperate just a little bit. In my Stitched by Mimi bag, love this bag. She made this for me. I love it.
I use mine to carry the light equipment for the podcast.
This is my bonfire from the Sock Knitter Shawl by K.F. Jones. And I'm only, if I can do 2 or 3 rows a day, I can finish this in a couple weeks. It's getting long. The stitches are getting long. I mean, not the
The
stitches.
stitches are getting long.
The,
It's holding upside down.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the top of it here. I don't want to lose my stitches here. But you can see that it's a good size already. I mean,
It is.
it's getting big. I want to finish, I might have to finish this and also start the other one because I only have this much, and I have in the pattern, I think I figured out like I had 20 rows or something like that. I don't think I can do all the rows with this, but I do have another color. So that's, I'll do the rows with that, and then I have to cake this one up because that's going to be the border.
That'll be a good border.
So I'm hoping that I can get this finished. I'd like to get it finished by retreat, but at the very least I'd like to get it finished by Shenandoah. And I have a perfect dress. My husband bought me a dress a few weeks back, and it's kind of this lighter gold. So it'll work really nice with that dress. I would really like to have this finished by the retreat so I can wear the dress with the shawl.
Because she currently borrows one of my shells for it.
Yes. And you might need it while we're there.
So in my Silver Shed USA, no, not Silver Shed USA, in my Kickapoo Bags teacups bag are Mom's Recess socks. This is Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L. And I'm using Marigold Gen Superwash DK in the colorway Sidewalk Chalk.
I almost said soda noodle.
So first sock has been done for an eon.
But this is a nice. This is gonna be warm. I'm gonna enjoy wearing this in the winter months.
I'm getting really close. I'm like an inch away from being able to start decreasing for the toe.
Do you think it's gonna be enough?
I don't know. It's yarn chicken. We might have a different color toe.
That's no biggie. Nobody's gonna see my toes.
But
It'll be my special sock. Maybe I'll make that one a right or left foot all the time. It'll be interesting to see what color you decide to use to.
if I have to, so
Yeah.
Because
usually you're able to finish your socks.
yeah, I'm not
See.
quite sure. I'm not sure if I made the leg a little longer than I usually do.
You might have.
I also wasted a lot of yarn there.
Yeah.
But
It's awfully pretty. Do you have enough? Do you have any of that yarn for your blanket?
oh no, I have the one that's in my hitchhiker.
The one that's in your hitchhiker.
It's fingering weight in my hitchhiker.
Oh, I
But,
have. I think the one I have, I pulled it out of whatever I was working on. I was working on something or other. When I have enough, when I finish it, or if I decide to do something else with it, I'll give you some for the square.
Okay.
If it's the
Should just use it for the toe of your sock.
well, I offered that too.
Yeah. Should just use it for the toe of your sock.
I just don't know what I'm using it for right now, so we'll have to see. All right.
I've been using it for the toe of your sock.
Did I give you that yarn for the?
This is one you gave me.
You know what? I might be able to give you that because if I gave it to you, I had 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And how many did I give you? 1?
Yeah, you gave me one for your pair of socks.
Well, if it's just for the toe, I can give you the thing and then you give it back to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're giving it to me for the pair of socks because it was actually
My yarn.
your yarn.
Okay, let
For
me
your
see
socks.
here. Okay, my next one is.
Because I told you to pick a skein of yarn that you wanted me to make socks for you out of.
Okay, in my Valeria bag, Look at my pretty Valeria bag. Look at all the fruits on it. Not vegetables, fruits. Look at that. I still have the tag Valeria 2 or 3 years later. Oh, it has the original. I don't know how that's pronounced, Valeria. Beijer.
Oh, it's not a U.
I think it's Beijer.
Oh, okay.
www.beijer-bv.nl. It's from the Netherlands. So this is my Lala simple shawl, and I call it the On Cloud 9. I did a few rows on this. I love working this pattern. I think I said this last week multiple times. Mm-hmm. I just really do love this pattern. It's simple. Mm-hmm. It's got heavyweight yarn. It would go a lot quicker if I just sit down and work on it.
Amazing how that happens.
Yeah.
You're facing the wrong side.
Yeah, I know. I was going to turn it around. It's not very big yet, but it's getting there.
It's striking.
I just love this. It's so darn pretty. And I want to...
It'll hold up again. Just want to make sure, because I was trying to uncurl your ends. There we go. Isn't that pretty?
It's just gorgeous. I don't even think it's going to have to be blocked very much. It's just absolutely beautiful.
I can't remember if I blocked mine.
I just love it. It's a simple repeat, and I do follow the pattern just to make sure I'm on the right repeat, because I don't feel comfortable just reading the knitting for this.
Yeah, I just read the knitting when I knit it.
But I'm hoping that this one will be done by Christmas. Oh, I'd like to wear it maybe for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And even beforehand, if it can get finished beforehand, but Christmas I think is a little more reasonable. If I get it done beforehand, that would be good. But I can see myself making this for gifts and for charity and stuff like that, because it takes, depending on what size you want to make, maybe 3/4 skeins of the bulky weight. Mm-hmm. And you just keep knitting to make it to as long as you want to make it. And I just really enjoy it. So Laura, nice job with this pattern.
You dropped something?
I did.
Okay, so...
And I don't know if Laura's actual name is Lala on Ravelry.
It is. I want to say it's like Lala Knits or something like that.
Yeah, I'll put Laura here.
But in my Kiki Boo Bags puzzle pieces bag are the Krabby socks. Actually, it just is, because there's only one sock in here.
Well, that's the Krabby sock.
And Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L using Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the colorway Maryland Blue Crab. And I also decided to do, I don't think this one has a colorway number on it. Oh, it does, Rodeo.
Oh, is that, they're both Dragonfly?
Yes, okay. And they're both in the Traveler base. Mm-hmm.
Well, I would hope so.
So I decided, I don't usually do heels and toes, but I decided to this time because I want to make sure I had enough yarn for my socks.
And that's going to look striking, actually.
So, I wish I had thought of doing the cuff too, but c'est la vie.
Isn't that pretty?
It matches really nicely. So I'm kind of excited about that.
And these are pretty close to the weight of mine.
Yeah, well, it's the same base.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay. No, the other one's Miracle Jen. I mean, it still might be the same.
Oh, you're right. It is Miracle Jen.
I mean, it still might be the same base if they use the same dye.
You're right. Supplier, it is Miracle Jen. But yeah,
it's both sport weight.
Yeah.
But yeah. I like sport weight socks because they feel a little more substantial without being really hot.
Yeah. I wear them on my compression socks.
I'm going to start wearing them in my slippers to give me a little more support.
I wear them as slippers.
I don't like the slippiness because I already slip sometimes, so I like to have them inside my slippers to give me more support. My arches.
Yeah, I have to have my feet elevated so often that I just don't even bother wearing the shoe-like slippers anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted the other.
Well, that's the way I used to do it when I was a kid. All right, let's see here. Lots of yellow. Oh, here's one I haven't worked on in a while. Did I show this last time?
And I'm in the gusset decreases.
Okay. Did I show this one last time? I don't know if I was working this last time. In my... This is my bag, French Ladies bag. I never would have thought that this would have been one of my favorite bags to use, but it really is.
Especially after you got the stain on it.
Yeah. This is my Laura Dannon project. Haya helped read the. It's funny. She helped me read the pattern. Like, what was my confusion? This is the Laura Dannon project from the N3s, a baby cardigan pattern by Kelly Herdrick, using US 8 5mm Chalgu red lace circulars and Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn print in the colorway 500 Sea Spray Stripe. So I'm moving along with this. I think this is going to be a little bigger than the one I did last time.
I think so too.
I think I did the next size up like maybe 3 to 6 months or whatever.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure. I have to look at it.
That could be an important detail to need to know.
Because you can see it's a little bigger.
Yeah, that might be a detail you need to know.
I can tell you. Because you helped me. You went and circled everything, remember?
Yeah.
What happened to my pattern?
I'm assuming it's in there.
It should be in here. There it is. This is before Lois started putting the box bags, the box in the bag. She just put this in the bottom. And it keeps coming out. I keep getting things under it. I think that's why she changed it, because I got it really early. This bag was a real old one. Okay, this is size...
This is small size.
It does look like a small size. Yeah, I'm doing the small size. Maybe it's just a bigger pattern. 0 to 6 months. I think the other one I did was 0 to 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So this is...
I didn't realize it wasn't the same pattern.
No, this is a different pattern. I think what was the problem too was I didn't know how to do it with the button band in pattern, but it looks like I might have already done a buttonhole here. I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting this off the needle so I can give it to the pregnancy center. And I do enjoy baby sweaters, especially the ones with the little cap sleeves, because I don't have to do sleeves and I don't feel like doing that just yet.
So there.
So there. And that's how I feel about that.
So this project got a lot of work done on it. This is my comfort project. Requires absolutely zero brain power. This is my Just a Little Chilly Mitered Square Afghan using Scrap Sports, DK, and worsted weight yarns. And I actually held fingering double at one point. And it's inspired by K.F. Jones' method of doing mitered squares.
That's a lot of squares, huh?
Yeah, I did. I have one here, so that was the end of that row.
I like that one.
Then I did this one here, which I feel like you must have died.
Did I?
Yeah, and then this one, which you dyed. And then this one, which you dyed, which is fingering weights. This one you didn't dye.
Yarn dye.
And then this one here.
Is that
this one is
Shire colorway?
This looks like it could be the Shire.
Yeah. I worked enough projects in that one. I think that might be.
So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 squares.
Awesome.
And these are big squares, so
very pretty. Isn't that nice?
It's slowly becoming
Blanket.
an Afghan. So
I don't envy you weaving in all those ends.
I don't envy me either, but I don't feel like weaving them in right now, so I'm not gonna. At least when I do weave them all in, I'll have a big blanket on me. So
Just better hope it's not like the middle of July or something. Although Daddy keeps the house pretty cool.
yes, he does. And I guess I'm not going to finish it this year. That would be very unlikely.
You might. Well, maybe not. I mean, how big are you going to be making this?
Well, it's going to have to be at least double of what it is now. Because
Length or width? Just length?
Length.
Yeah.
Because width is fine.
Because each square is about 5 or 6 inches.
Well, let's see. Right there. So it's reaching, let's say I start again at my knee.
Maybe just after the first of the year.
Because I'd have to double
you
what
have to
I
double
already
it,
have.
yeah.
At least double.
Yeah, yeah.
A little more than double what I have here.
Probably about a year. Maybe the first of the year, or maybe toward the half of the year, maybe.
So
depending on if it's what you want to do, or if
Right, it all depends. If I have a bunch of days where I don't feel quite right, I'll work on it more. But there's that.
All right. my next one is in my Silver Shed USA Caterpillar bag. And this is the Tangerine Dreams Preemie Baby Hat. Okay. And I'm using my Dalume for this. And I just started it. This is Knit Picks. Oops.
It's a bunny.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see that
I'm
I
out of
just
two.
started this one. For the autumn. Perfect for the autumn.
Perfect.
For the baby. And I did check to see if this would fit on my doll's head, and it will. So, okay, that's that.
So the next, so I want to move this stitch marker to the current square I'm working on since, there we go.
And that's one of Maureen's
Yes, it is.
stitch markers that she made. You should see the way she makes these things. They're amazing.
They are. Okay, so in my little baby Avengers bag
Spoiled Baby Adventures bag.
by Silver Shed USA
You know that one.
is Baby Heimdall, and it's
Appropriately.
yes, F597 rolled baby brim baby hat by Plymouth Yarn Design Studio, using
Hokey.
wild hair pinnacle sock in the colorway Colorama.
She gets some really nice bright colors.
So and this usually lives in my purse.
That's turning out well.
It
You,
builds.
you haven't done the 7th hat. No, the 7th?
Yeah, the only reason why I haven't done the 7th in a while is it requires a little bit more focus.
Right.
A lot of times when I'm working in baby hat, it's something like I just want it to go.
I think that's why I haven't changed my hat from on the loom, because it's just round and round and round and round and round. I don't have to worry about anything except measuring it.
Right. This would be even easier if I didn't have to, if I just had a circular needle instead of the DPNs,
Right,
and then
right.
I wouldn't even have to worry about changing off
You,
needles.
you mean doing it via the magic loop?
No, if it literally could be just on
Right.
a circular needle.
It's like the 9 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some 9-inch needles. I didn't like them much. They're too tight, you know. All right. Let's see. My next one is, this is my precious heirloom shawl from my I'll Be There For You shawl. I think it's in here. I'm using US 6 Chow-Goos and Chow-Goo red lace and Lucky Jenny Knits yarn. I didn't do but maybe a row or two on this, 'cause like I said last week, I'm trying to, for a little while, stay away from the lighter weight yarn. I will finish this because I love the yarn. And this is my own pattern, so I do want to finish it. And it's just beautiful. You can see that I made quite a dent in this. I'm about halfway through this skein of yarn. So I'm going to keep going. And I think I'm going to try to go as far as I can with this yarn, so I can have a nice wrappy scarf. And then, you know, bind off. And it'll also give me a better idea of how far you can go with whatever skein, my percentage I made. And I made, you know, see if I can alter that a little bit in my pattern if
Right.
necessary. But I think you can eyeball. People who are more experienced than I am can eyeball better than I. Because this gets so bunched up on the needles, I can't use the bind off method, not method, but measurement that Sue had suggested, about 1 or 2 or 3 or more lengths of your bind off. If you can't straighten it out to measure, it doesn't help much.
Right.
So, but this is, and I forget who gave me. I think, oh, this is another one of Maureen's progress keepers, the little owl. Made me think dirty bitch. So I think this is one of Maureen's,
I think you're correct.
because people give me owl things, and I think I ordered this one from Maureen, or she sent it to me or something. It's very nice. And my little teapot that I bought, I think the teapot is from CJ Knits, I think. I'm
I'm not
positive.
sure.
But anyway, the yarn is very nice, Lucky Jenny Knits, and it's my pattern, and I'm enjoying it very much.
Okay, so the next one is in my Ploverbird Turtles bag. And it is the Chirp hat, which is the Diana's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson, using Miss Babsy Yowza skein in the colorway Chirp. And I haven't done too much on this.
Davina still loves it.
She still's not getting it. I let her choose another yarn for my stash to make a Diana's hat for her after I'm done with this. So she's looking forward to me finishing this so she can have that Diana's hat.
Yes. But you told her you had to finish my pony or my sock first. Oh no, that was
was for the dog that she wants me to make her. And she's mildly disappointed that your pony has deference over her desired puppy. But yes, that's all about this one.
That's very. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's just a Diana's hat. They've seen 20 million and one Diana's hats.
Okay.
I mean, there.
Okay, my next one is in my Dog and Some Yarn bag. It's this little bag here. That is by Black Horse Knitter, Kim. And it's a Little Boy Blue baby hat project from the hand knit pull on baby hat pattern by Ray of Hope. And I think I did a couple rows on this. Maybe 3 or 4 rows on this. Hairdresser and stuff like. Can you see that?
They can see.
And this is, I believe this is Knit Picks in the sky blue colorway. Knit Picks Bravo worsted in the sky colorway. I cast on for the smaller hat with smaller needles, one size down. So hopefully it'll work well.
You actually got more knitting done at the hairdresser than I did because I ended up playing dinosaurs with a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Well, I actually only did some because I ended up reading. And my hands were hurting after I did the first couple projects, so I decided I was just going to read. But I did more than you did.
Let's see. And my last project is in my Silvershed USA books bag. And this is the Cinnamon Toasted Butterfly project by... Wow. The project's by me. The pattern is the Goldenrod Chalette pattern by Marilyn Giselle Maupin.
Maupin?
M-A-U-P-I-N.
Oh, Maupin.
I would say Maupin.
Maupin is M-O-P-P-I-N.
I think you would still pronounce that Maupin.
Could be. I would be interested in knowing how she pronounces her name because I would hate to mispronounce it.
And the yarn is Koigi Kirsty Merino Crepe in the colorway 1128K.
That's very pretty.
Now this pattern does have a little mistake in it that I was able to just add a stitch and it fixed that problem. And I noticed it the first time I knit this when I made the green one that I have.
It's really pretty. Look at that color. It's almost an adobe is what it is.
It's US 9s when the pattern calls for 10s, and I'm using more of a sport DK.
So it's down from worsted Aran?
Yeah. But like when you look up the pattern, it says it uses sport DK. It's not very consistent at all about what it actually uses. But I don't think the fabric's too thin.
It'll be nice. It'll be very nice. It's very pretty.
So it's a nice color. And it's got a fair amount of work on it. It's just plain knitting right now.
Are you still increasing on that, obviously?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But for the moment, it's just knitting until... Because the increases, when you do the increases for it, it's a lot at one time.
Because I know that there's a shawl somebody was talking about that the increases are all like when you do the eyelets or something, like when you do the yarn overs and things, that's where you do your increases. You don't do them on the edges.
Oh.
And I found that to be very unusual. I wish I could remember the pattern. Okay. In my...
This one is... That's very similar to you.
Oh, okay. In my Kiki Blue bags, puzzle pieces bag, this is by Knitting Den, who's Denise. She gave this to me a couple years ago. This is my charity dishcloth from my own heads, no pattern. And I'm making this, I hope if I finish it, for Brittany, for her charity thing. She needs dishcloths. And this is just, it's kind of, it's not even a basket weave. It's just kind of a modified textural kind of thing. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that some of them have single bars and some of them have like little blocks. But I'm trying to make something that's just has some texture for when they use it to scrub. It'll work really well.
Mm-hmm.
And the color, I have this for the main body, and I want to edge it with this. So it'll be this together. So that's that. And this is, I did all of this at the bookstore while we were waiting for Talia to do some errands.
Mm-hmm.
So that was earlier in the week. And that's when I said I'm not going to do any more crocheting for the rest of the week. Okay. That's that.
Okay, so yarn.
And I have an FO.
Oh, you have a hoe.
I do have an FO. And this is just a little baby hat because I started the other one, my orange one.
Yay.
Oh, I thought I wove on all the ends. I guess I forgot one.
You did not weave in the end?
I wove in one end. I didn't weave in the other one. And I actually put this on Jimena's head, and it fits. So it does fit a baby, a little baby. And I'll have to weave in this last end that I missed somehow, and then I will take a picture of it and give it to Talia so we can take it to the pregnancy center. So that's that. Okay. Now what?
Now it's yarn.
Now it's yarn. As in my yarn?
As in your yarn.
Okay. I do have quite a bit to show you here. Let me just get to that point.
I actually do not have anything currently going in your yarn. Even though I did add several squares in your yarn.
Okay. In my Turbo Knitter. Hi, Kenneth. It's great to see you back on Instagram so much. Miss seeing you. This is my Mickey Mouse bag that Kenneth made for me. I won it. And I will show you first the two skeins of yarn that I showed you last week. This one is evergreen. I found out that it was the same colorway as the other one I thought it was, only the bases were different. Cause when I looked up the recipe, so it just took the color differently. So this is evergreen, okay? And this is what a maroon. These are both fingering sock. This is my Forever Blue jeans, okay?
It must have that base must have taken a little bit differently too, because it's a little bit darker than my Forever and Blue jeans.
Well, mine had a little more saturation to it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my Forever and Blue jeans. I was worried that because of the different method, I might not look the same, but it does. I mean, it has the different kind of blue jean type of feel to it. This is fingering sock. These are 460 yards. It's 75-25, I believe. I have to look at the ball band, but it was funny because I was looking at it and I was like, oh wow, it's the exact same way I did it before. I must really like this combination because I was trying to find something different, which is why I wasn't following a recipe. So that's that one. So you have these three in fingering. And then I have, this one is a DK. This is my favorite teddy bear. My favorite teddy bear. And this is a DK weight. This is 246 yards. It's kind of
It's a bunny.
golden brown. Can you see the different colors in there?
Look at the bunny.
My favorite teddy bear.
Teddy bunny?
Teddy bunny.
All the bunnies in our area are like a grayish color.
Yeah, they're gray with little white tails.
Yeah.
Kind of like Oops.
Well, the Oops is Lopbeard.
Yes, he is. Okay, so that goes here. This is a DK. I'm playing around with methods. These were all done the same way. Okay. Now, this one, I started out wanting to do something else. And because I made a mistake, I overdyed a little bit. I can redo these. This is called Neon Watermelon. Okay? And let's see here. Okay, this is the Neon Watermelon. It's got black, green, both black, neon green, and neon fuchsia. It's Neon Watermelon.
And Davina, of course, loves it.
Yes, she does. And this is a sock, fingering sock. be a fun pair of socks or a hat or a pair of mitts or a turtle. This would be fingering weight, but if I ever made it in a DK or a sport or something, it'd be a nice turtle or something like that. Or even a bookworm. It'd be fun for
It'd be fun for a bookworm.
Yeah. Or a unicorn.
Yeah.
So something fantastical. So that's this one. And because this one will be going up, this one will not, because even though I was able to fix it for the most part, I wasn't happy with the fix. It's good enough to use, but it wasn't good enough for me to feel comfortable selling it, so Ty gets that one. Make sure it has your name on it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last one, this is All I Want Is to Eat Your Brains. Okay, this is also a different method, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. And I can make this again if people want it. All I want is to eat your brains. I like the watercolor effect. It has been reskeined. I like the kind of watercolor effect of it. I'm not sure how it will knit up because this is the first time I've dyed something like this, but with that method, but it's just really pretty. I think I'll make a variety of nice items. And this is also fingering socks. So I have 5 fingering socks that'll be going up and 1 DK. And I believe I can repeat all of these. If you're interested in them and I don't have it, just private message me and I'll talk to you about it. See if I can do it. And I never accept payment until I know I can do it. So if you do a pre-order with me, I will most likely tell you, okay, when you see it up, I'll put your name on it and then you pay me. Okay? So I have All I Want Is to Eat Your Brain, Neon Watermelon, Reverend Blue Jean, What a Maroon, and Evergreen in the sock. And then my favorite teddy in the DK, my favorite teddy bear. Now, before I go into the other stuff, I do want to let you know that I got a message from Etsy saying that they were going to be doing a sale. I decided this time to go ahead and jump in on that sale. So I have a sale that will be going on starting August 30th through September 3rd for 15% off everything in the shop. Okay, I'm not sure if you'll need a coupon code, but if you do, I believe the code is Etsy. Well, if you do, the code will be in the group. Okay, the code will be in the group because I want you to be part of the group. Anybody can use the code, but if you really want to use the code, I'd like you to at least pop into the group and say hi. So it's 15% off from August 30th through September 3rd, anything in the shop. I'm hoping that they will allow me to add on the new yarns that I'm putting in. If not, let me know and I'll see what I can do about that, okay? If you want something. Alright, so that's all I have to say about the shop. Do you have?
That leads us on to stash enhancements.
Okay, I've got.
Sorry, I had a knot in my yarn.
I've got quite a bit of stash enhancements. Do you?
I left my book in the other room, so.
What book?
The little notebook you gave me. Mom gave me a lovely notebook.
Seriously? Why do I bother giving you things?
You only give me things so I can share it on the podcast?
Well, that's the whole reason.
Oh, I missed that memo.
Uh-huh. Let me just write this down.
Oh dear.
So we can decide which
Sorry,
one.
guys. So basically, Mom has a bunch of stuff to show you.
You don't have anything?
No.
Okay. My husband, the package came in from Amazon. He said, I got you something. I'm like, well, I didn't order anything.
Because you already showed this. So.
I am Groot. I'm Groot. I'm a big Groot fan, especially little Groot, but all the Groots. I love Groot. So he got me this. He wants to put a plant in it, which is fine. It's got drainage. But, so that's I am Groot. He matches us. See? We're all Groot. Take your thing off for a second. We are all Groot. See?
There we go.
Okay. So there's Groot. And then we went to Hobby Lobby. We finally took my husband out for his birthday dinner out back. So we went there, and then we stopped at at Hobby Lobby. And I picked up these. I don't use this too much to knit or crochet with unless I'm doing dishcloths because it doesn't give enough and hurts my hands. But I do use the white and the off-white to tie my yarn when I hand dye the yarn because the colors tend to bleed. So these I use to hand dye my yarn. So I got 2 white and 2 off-white. And then I haven't taken them out of the box yet. I am Groot scaler.
And he's supposed to hang off of her, like, cords and stuff.
Yeah. I think he's so cute.
That is definitely Baby Groot.
Baby Groot. I love it. I am Groot. I can almost see him dancing and glaring at Drax, hitting him because he broke the thing.
I think he kicked him.
Something like that, yeah. And then I got some stickers for my Bible journal. So these aren't really, these aren't really craft related. And then they were having a ginormous sale. I got, this is like a little keychain, and one piece of plastic is a stitch gauge, and the other one is a needle gauge. So I've got these 2 little acrylic square things on a keychain.
Did you want to actually take it out of the package?
Well, I thought about it, but it might be, sometimes it just, they have the sticky thing. Here it is. There.
There, you see now they can actually see what you're talking
Oh,
about.
there's 3 of them. 4 of them. Oh, okay. So, big needles and hooks. That's a pretty big hook.
Yeah, it is.
This is your stitch,
It's a 1-inch.
1-inch stitch gauge. That's small, regular needles and hooks. And this, oh, it's a wraps per inch.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's cool. I only thought there were 2 things in here. They had a great big set, but it wasn't nearly as versatile as this. And I didn't realize that when I bought it. It was more expensive, and I think I got the better deal. So that's kind of cool. And this is put out by Yarnology, and they put out some nice things. So that's that. And honestly, I was proud of myself. I tried not to buy a whole lot of stuff. I didn't buy any yarn except for the stuff that I needed to tie my yarn dyeing. I did get a bunch of stamps. And these are also more for my journal. I follow somebody on Instagram, and I can't remember her name. But she has a shop with stamps. I'm going to be buying her stamps as well because she has specifically Catholic stamps. So I like to have some of that for my Bible journal. This one says, this is from Hobby Lobby. It says, "You are inscribed on the palm of his hand." And this one says, "Let your faith be bigger than your fear." I really like this one. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Whoops. You forgot to say it's a bunny.
It's a bunny.
This says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Grow in his love. That's what this one says. Grow in his love. I just couldn't read it. And then this one says, "Each of us will be a blessing to the other," which is true. Y'all are blessings to us. So that, I got that. I think that's all I have for stash enhancements. Really, I mean, it's a lot of small things, but I really didn't do a whole lot of damage. This one was given to me, and all the other stuff was small. So, but yes, I love my Groot. So I'll put Groot over here. Okay, now,
Thank you, everyone, for your comments on the podcast. I know I haven't responded to all of them. Mom responded to most of them.
yeah, I think there's 3 or 4 on the episode thread. I think Beth responded after I responded
Vonnie
to everybody,
did, too.
and Vonnie. So,
And Vonnie, we won't lose Davina with that hat. She wore it for the first time on Sunday. Even though I hadn't blocked it yet, it went better with her outfit than the other hat that she had. And yeah, no way we'd lose her with that.
No.
She loves it. I think she's waiting impatiently for me to finish blocking it so she can have it full time.
right. She's very knit-worthy.
Yes, she is.
I mean, you have to, like anybody else, you have to give her what she likes. Ty stopped making socks for her because she doesn't like those as much.
Yeah.
But she does love the hats. And every once in a while, she still asks me about my shawl. my I'll be there for you shawl. So I'll have to see if she really wants that. I may make the other one in my new DK and give her that one. But we'll see what happens. We do want to, I have to, in lieu of a knitting ephemera today, do we have any,
Sue, I owe you a private message. I haven't forgotten. It just, brain, no power.
and I know that I owe a couple people messages as well, private messages that I haven't had a chance to get to. So I will try to get to those as soon as I can. There, that's better. Sometimes this watch grabs at my skin. But I'm still doing my reading and I'm still doing my writing. I actually got a lot of writing done at the bookstore while I was waiting for Ty to do her errands. So I finally finished typing that. And that's all in there, so now I can do new stuff. And the reading and the religious stuff, so it's all pretty much the same. And I have some colorways swirling around in my head, but I just have to see about... I need to sell some stuff off before I want to keep putting stuff in. But we'll see. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope.
Okay, this, in lieu of the knitting ephemera, I did have something ready in the knitting ephemera. I even have it marked. But this is Dan Jones's fault.
Yeah, we were talking about different things about Legos, and then we started wondering about the history of Legos.
And I had to look it up.
And then from then we're like, okay, you guys just can get the history of Legos.
Okay, and it's not very long, so it's just bear with me while I read it, please. If you don't like Legos, bye, and we'll see you next week, and we're glad that you joined us.
But if you do like Legos, or simply like random history of random things...
Now, this was on the internet, and I don't know where it was from exactly, but I didn't put that part down. In 1932, Ole Kirk Christensen, master carpenter and joiner in the village of Billund, Denmark, sets up business. His firm manufactures step ladders, ironing boards, and wooden toys. In 1934, the company and its products now take on the name Lego, which is formed from the Danish words capital L-E, small g, big O, DT. Play well is what it means, I guess. In 1947, the Lego Company is Denmark's first to buy a plastic injection molding machine for making toys. In 1949, the company produces about 200 different plastic and wooden toys, including automatic binding bricks, a forerunner of the Lego bricks we know today. So that's back in 1949. They are sold only in Denmark. In 1955, after further developing the Lego bricks, the company launches the revolutionary Lego system of play, 28 sets and 8 vehicles. It also sells supplementary elements. In 1958, the current Lego stud and tube coupling system is invented and patented. The new coupling principle makes models much more stable. The possible combination of bricks run into astronomical figures. Introduced in the United States in 1962, the first Legos came in loose sets of bricks. By 1966, however, Lego kits were guiding young hardhats in snapping together all kinds of buildings, trucks, planes, and ships. The Lego Group expanded its audience with the 1969 edition of the Duplo line of big bricks for preschoolers, and in 1977, the Technic line of sophisticated projects for older kids and teens. Within the last decade, an active online community of Lego fans has developed new designs and drawing programs in which new constructions can be recorded. In 1998, Lego introduced Lego Scala Planet, a kit specifically designed for girls that combines the company's traditional construction elements with a family of dolls and fashion accessories, a magazine, and an interactive website. Lego came to the United States during some of the coldest years of the Cold War, a period that also saw a heightened interest in education and toys that could teach. U.S. leaders exhorted schools to start turning out scientists and mathematicians who were seen as key combatants in the arms and space races with the Soviet Union. In the spirit of the times, Lego promised that its bricks would develop the child's critical judgment, manual dexterity, and ability to think for himself. It's no accident that the words Lego and imagination often pop up together. The bright, colorful plastic bricks can be joined in countless combinations and have been a favorite with kids, parents, and teachers since their introduction in 1958. Unlike Erector Sex and Tinker Toys, which appealed more to older children, Lego, and I guess I must have cut it off. Anyway, that is what I got off the internet. You get the idea. Because we were wondering when it came up. I knew that I didn't see Legos or when I was a child necessarily. They were around, but not in the United States necessarily, or until I was a little older child. So I thought it was kind of fascinating.
Yeah, we were just interested in ourselves, and we thought we'd share it with you.
Because our interests are your interests.
But of course.
So we apologize if you have no interest in Legos whatsoever.
But yeah, that was kind of for you, Dan.
Yes, that was for Dan. Dan Jones, what's in your Lego building blocks? Okay. We do want to thank our YouTube commenters. I haven't done that in a couple weeks. So I want to thank Linnea, Rena, Christina, Elnis Crafts, and Stephanie for commenting over on YouTube. We want to thank the people who commented on Ravelry. We appreciate your feedback and your comments. They make us happy. We had a lot of compliments and things like that.
I behaved, Linnea.
Marginally, Linnea.
I did.
Marginally.
I behaved.
I think Sue knows that how your behavior probably is marginally. So we want to thank all of you for comments. I believe, are we podcasting on Monday again?
Yes, there shouldn't be a reason why we
Okay,
should.
so we hope to be podcasting on Monday again next week. In the meantime, we want to wish you a very happy week filled with every blessing and good thing, all the stuff that you like to do. And we will see you back here again for the Fun and the Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 321, and that's a wrap.
Bye.